Good.
Hold on. Just let it run. I'm a girl left town and I got dumped. My best friend drowned and I got shot last night. My heart says crime, my mind says murder, my throat says dry, my gut says bugger, my mind says white, but I never heard it right. I got a spring in my step, a palm on my face, and the winter months left a real bad taste in the corner of my mouth, 'cause I just can't blast out. But I can't listen to the voice of reason no more, 'cause I just love to see summer's back in town, can't slow down. And I can't help feeling I'm on the run, and you got the wheel and I got the gun, and there's car to steal and I'm gonna have fun tonight. I got an old blackboard and a black leather jacket, a floorboard board, the man is making. Hang on, Lord, 'cause I'm gonna wreck it tonight.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Welcome to the 293rd Chop Liver podcast, broadcast, party, whatever you call it.
We're doing things.
We're doing the thing. Hell yeah. We got Lyn-Z Ross and Misunderstood tonight.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Lyn-Z and Derek are playing this Saturday at Healer. Whoa. Oh, yeah, we got that. Hold on, check that out. Oh, it's too quiet.
Maybe.
Let's do it again.
Tried.
Going down at Healer, $10 holler album release show for Misunderstood's The Untold Story of an American Hero.
if that's what you want to call me.
The Untold Story of an Underdog. Hell yeah. And you guys are playing, so come alongs. Obviously, Misunderstood the come alongs. And then Lawn Dart, Massacre, and Dylan Salazar Project. Yeah, $10 holler. It's going down. And by the way, I will put this link out here in just a second. You could actually pre-download the album right now, right?
Yep.
So, yep, you can get that downloaded now if you can't make it out on Saturday, which
you should be coming out on Saturday.
on.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like, it's going to be a good time.
Yeah. Fill Healer to the brim.
Yeah.
Like, people are going to be waiting outside.
I'm so excited. I've never played Healer. And
so fucking
is
cool.
it like
It's
I've
so
heard great
artsy
things
and weird, but it's so great.
yeah
Yeah.
I've seen the pictures and I've heard great things. I've never played it and I'm so excited. When we got the message, I was just like, oh man, I really hope the boys can jump in on this one. Yeah, I'm super excited. I feel like the last time that you were here, we were talking about album release and like when it was going to happen, and now it's happening. It's happening right now.
I know. I'm so fucking stoked.
Yeah, it's got to be like relieving and also super like anxiety inducing at the same time.
It is very fucking stressful because I was telling my bandmates, like, we got to get this done.
Right.
And then I didn't think we were going to get the CDs in time. It
Right.
was just big old cluster. And then the Healer actually switched dates on us.
Oh shit. Okay.
So like then the lineup changed, and then our Ohio CD release show had to go to Friday, and the Healer was supposed to be Friday, and then we moved it to it all figured out. But
yeah.
I was the only one stressing out.
That's some due diligence right there.
Let's gonna make this happen.
So where are you playing on in Ohio on Friday?
It's called Spiral Grove Records. It's in Milford, Ohio.
Milford. Right on. Trying to think of where Milford is.
It's like near Cincy.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's cool. Who are you playing with down there?
Alex Cazel and the board of directors. Dylan's playing.
No.
And my boys and Get Wrecked.
Get wrecked.
Hell yeah.
Right.
I like that name.
Yeah.
Because I'm shipwreck shit. So before I forget the gift of VHS,
Ooh.
this is like the original one. So this is like when it came out, freaking oh shit, Shrek. It came right out of the box on VHS. Look at this crazy box. It's like super big. It's like
yeah.
wildly big. So
Shrek.
hell yeah,
Dude, it is fucking like.
yeah. It's yeah. I was like, that's the one. I was like,
Yeah.
I figured like maybe you were into that when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Of all of the VHSs you've ever handed me to hand someone for the art of VHS, that is the most awkward box to handle.
Here,
Yeah.
here's a present.
Yeah, I wonder what was inside of there, like a tube of toothpaste. Or,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, was there like a toy? or
That has to be a
something?
crazy cool promotional box of some
You
sort.
can
Yeah.
hide your weed in there.
Yeah, that's what it was. Hide your green in the Shrek.
Your parents will never know.
Right? It's just a Shrek-sized dugout. Hell yeah.
Mm. So where did you guys record this?
In a garage. I
Nice.
know it sounds weird. We did it all DIY. Did a garage, and then we did vocals in my bass player's bedroom. He like has this weird ass small bedroom that's like the size of a closet, and it's like perfect for vocals.
Are you secretly admitting that you keep your bassist in a closet?
Wait,
I mean, a vocal booth?
yeah.
No, that DIY way is the way of it,
Dude,
man.
it
I
sounds
feel like
fire. Like I am so proud of this album because like our drummer actually mixed the album, too,
right, yeah.
and it sounds.
It sounds like what you want it to sound
I've
like
been
because you guys are the
listening to it
ones.
in my car.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's good.
I'm like, if I wasn't on this, I'd be like, man, this band's great.
Right? Hell yeah, yeah, the DIY way because like then I feel like that's the thing. You get to take your time, but you're always going to feel rushed. As the artist, like you're always going to feel rushed. Like, got to get this done, got to get this done, got to get this done. But you're able to kind of like take your time in the places that it matters when you're doing it DIY. You know, you could do several runs at guitar takes and get it right and make sure that it's good, or drum takes or bass takes or whatever. And I feel like that's like I love seeing the industry kind of shift back towards that.
Yeah.
We're gonna record this in a garage, kind of thing. Like it's cool because it's like that's the way it should be done, man. This is rock and roll. This ain't rocket science.
We did like 4 songs in a garage, and then I went and did vocals and guitar, and then like went back and we did like 3 other songs in a basement with the drums.
Hell yeah.
And the title track of the album literally was written in like a week, and the bandmates didn't even know about it. I was just like, yeah, we're putting this as title track. And it's like the best song on the
Hell
fucking
yeah.
album.
You just came in, you wrote this song and you're just like, oh no, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the
We
one.
gotta have a title track because of what it's called.
Right.
And I was like, okay, well, we'll just have a song called Underdog. And then I was like, man, this is better than any of them.
Hell yeah.
Like my bass player didn't even know it. Like we did the guitar tracks and the guitar and drum tracks, and then I went to his house to finish it up. And I was like, okay, here's the new song, learn it.
Nice. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Like speaking of bass players, I almost made this post the other day. Because of your joke that you said earlier, I almost put this post. I was like, you can always tell what kind of person someone is by the way that they treat animals, children, the elderly, and bass players.
Exactly. If they're nice to the bass players,
Right.
then I like them.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but like when I'm playing, I mean, like, because you get down on the bass, like you are bass man when it comes to Red Lighter's thing. Like your bass lines are the thing. But it's like, I've played with Mark Johnson, the guy that plays bass with the Come-Alongs, right? He's played bass with me for years, decade, plus, long time. And it's always weird to me when somebody approaches and is just like, man, your band is so great. And it's like, dude, I would be nothing without that bass line back there, just making it sound like complete, We had Mark got sick one time. And we had a practice without him, and it was bad. Like, I don't want to say bad, like we were tight and it was on and everything like that, but like without the bass, it's just not right.
Yeah, that low end.
Yeah. Kudos, Mark Johnson. I
The
love
funny
you.
thing is, misunderstood. didn't have a bass player for like 3 years.
Right.
And my bass player walked up to me. He's like, "I'm playing bass for you." He's a fucking guitar player. And I was like, "Whatever, man." And then a month later, he was in the band.
Right? Hell yeah. Those are good problems to have.
Like, I guess I needed a bass player.
Right. Heck yeah. Well, it's weird because it's like, I feel like you probably know what I'm talking about. You can play without a bass player and it's like, oh yeah, this is getting somewhere. It feels good. It's great. But then once you have it, you're like, fuck, now I can't do anything without that. Like,
Yeah.
damn it. The
Yeah.
low end's there
Now
now.
I'm kind of like, I had to play a show at the Melody Inn in November. I had to play without him because he actually ended up with COVID, and it felt so fucking weird playing all those shows with him because he joined in like June, July, and then like he only missed like one other show because he was in Florida. And then when I played that show, I was like, man, we can't fucking do this shit. Like,
I feel like it feels like I'm playing naked. You know, when I don't have the bass, I feel like I'm just standing up there naked, and I'm like, oh no.
You're like, shit.
Yeah. And a good bassist, man, will make guitar sound better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's weird. It makes the guitar sound better, and then it makes everything just kind of glued together. Yeah, I got a lot of respect for our bass players out there. I love me some bass players.
Oh yeah.
So I was wanting to say I forgot I had a whole thing that I wanted to talk about at the open. I kind of want to bring it back up. And I had to Google. I was like, what? Yeah. I wanted to make sure before I said this that I wasn't wrong. So, and that's what I thought. Well, okay. So basically I was at Spellbound on New Year's Eve. And earlier in the day, I got on Instagram or something, and somebody that I follow in Sweden, like made their Happy New Year's Eve or Happy New Year's post, and I was like, damn, dude, like it's already January 1st somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when I got home right at 3. I mean, like 2:59, I pulled in my driveway and it turned 3 a.m. and I was like, Happy New Year's Eve, California. It popped in my head. And I was like, you know what? I never even thought to like make sure that I was in first. Yeah.
Right.
We're exactly 3 hours ahead here. So like the people on the West Coast.
Oh, that's true.
Oh no. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So yeah, if I got home at 3, that means in California it was midnight.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Because we celebrate with the ball drop in New York here in Indiana, because New York is so fucking selfish. They think they're the center of the world.
Yeah, pretty much. New York bastards.
Yeah. We have that's what's going on right now. We have respect for bassists and fuck New York.
By the way,
I'm just kidding. I love New York.
I've toured there so many times.
Right.
I'm kidding.
So like
we're just jerking your chains. Please book us.
Like my resolution this year is like, so last year like was probably the most negative post I've made on social media since like MySpace.
Oh damn.
So my resolution this year is not to make the 5 negative posts that I've made. And we're starting with number 5. No, we're gonna run them over
by noon.
Run over my 5 negative posts in 2024. That's how we're gonna start 2025. Like, yeah. Wow, and he just matched up last year's. But something interesting to remember today on January 1st of 2025 that don't forget to pay your taxes, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, a lot of people forget that the origin of the word calendar is Latin for calendante or something like that. And the literal translation of that word is bookkeeping, because the calendar was created for the tax man. That is why we have a calendar. So the people that collect the money have an easier, it's a lot easier, when you have a calendar.
Yeah.
So, time is relative, y'all.
Yeah.
The calendar is not real. None of this is real.
You live in a
it's
simulation.
all created.
Yeah.
So you can pay your taxes with ease.
They make it easier and easier to take
Yeah.
your money, but
Yeah.
harder and
Definitely.
harder for you to get it back.
And all the people that either work for themselves or are independent contractors are like, yeah, shut the fuck up. We have to pay every quarter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like March, June, yeah. Whatever. But yeah,
Well, and that shit in itself is crazy too, the way that breaks down, because it's like, you're paying every quarter, but then at the end of the year during standard tax season, they can wallop you with some just crazy off the books thing. And it's like, oh, well, you should have done this second quarter. And it's like, but that wasn't on the books second quarter. And they're like, well, it's on the books now.
Yeah.
Fuck you,
Fuck
man.
you.
Like,
Fuck you.
yeah. I don't know. That's where I'm at. Taxation without representation. Everything seems to be turning to shit. All of our public infrastructure's failing. The whole world seems like it's burning. We're marching towards a global conflict. Like, I am just super happy to be sitting in this fucking room talking to you guys. Like, for real. I'm not even negative about it. Bring it the fuck on, 2025. Let's do this shit.
I think it's gonna be a great year.
I do too. I think that a lot of us we're just done fucking around,
Mhm.
And I feel like that's kind of the point that I was getting at. There's all this horrible shit going on. And I don't know about you guys. I'm just done with it, man.
Yeah.
I'm ready
Yeah.
for shit to get better.
I mean, that's how it goes. Life's a roller coaster at the smallest of levels and the biggest of levels. So
Yeah.
if it just keeps getting harder and harder, at some point it's just whoop, it's gonna go back and it's gonna get good. And
Yeah.
everything's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Until it's not.
Yep.
And that's not 2025. So 25's all good.
Right.
And then come 2027.
Yeah. We got this. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Like, oh geez. Mark your calendar. 2027.
It's gonna be our year.
I think this is gonna be a good year. We'll see.
Yeah. I'm excited about it. It definitely felt weird coming into it. Like,
Yeah.
there's a weirdness in the air. I kind of like it though.
Well, there's a lot of weird things going on.
Yeah.
Have
Have you seen the fog? That's like the most recent thing. This fucking crazy fog that's rolling in, and it's almost like the videos that are coming out of
are you talking about here?
No, I'm talking about all across the United States.
Oh,
There's these pockets of fog, and people are starting to take videos of it, because it's not like
uh
there's people shooting videos inside this fog, and it literally looks like powder. Like, it's not like fog. It doesn't look like condensed water. Now I will say this: we got some weird weather patterns happening.
Oh, yeah.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
sure about that?
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, the supermarkets sure know about it.
Right.
It's already lit.
Yeah.
It's fucked right now. If you have not gone grocery shopping and you don't go in the next 24 hours,
Yeah.
good luck. You're
We're not
buying
endorsing
candy.
panic buying,
that's
but-
all you're
Buying
getting.
candy.
but be ready, man. Indiana
Oh.
can give you some shit.
Yeah, next Wednesday, I still have to reach out to the people that are supposed to be here. It's not, I don't
it's not looking good, bro.
see our heating here. It's not the best, but right now it's probably 28 degrees.
Yeah,
And
maybe
it's
give or take.
comfortable in here.
Yeah, Celsius.
They're projecting that the temperature Wednesday is going to be 0.
Yeah.
And I will tell you right now, and you could quote me on this, it is going to be much colder than that.
yeah.
I would bet probably between -10 and -15.
Yeah, I
based
think
on
we're gonna
what-
see some-
See, Apple tells me this, and then if you look at other forecasts, they're saying it's going to be worse than that.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's unnatural what's happening. At least I view it as
Yeah.
unnatural. If you look at how it's coming, because it's a polar,
yeah.
it's coming down and around. So Albany it's gonna be 60 degrees.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Canada.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then here it's gonna be -10. It's very weird.
Yeah.
But that fog thing.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get
Conspiratorial.
but you're gonna have to hear about it because we're talking about it. And honestly, I totally forgot about it until you said something. So 2 weeks ago, do you remember how it was getting real foggy, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this is a week after the Jersey thing and before all the statements got released and blah blah blah. So I was on my way home one night and I thought I saw something crazy. Like I thought it was like, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that didn't look normal. So I was like, so I spent a few
Slap
hours.
himself around a
Yeah,
little
it's like,
bit.
why am I awake?
So when I get home, I do this thing anyways. I usually spend at least 20 or 30 minutes outside, and I'll just stare up at the stars
Yeah.
and stuff, whatnot, because it's beautiful.
We're
out
really
here.
lucky out here in Lapel
Yeah.
to have such a great view at the sky. Like when it's clear, we have great views out here. It's awesome. My bad. I'm trying to set the tone. Yeah.
Perfect moment to light a
Sky.
smoke.
yeah. It's beautiful out here.
And so I'm sitting out here and I'm looking, for not, droids, as I like to call them.
Yeah.
Because nobody else calls them droids, and I want to call them droids.
These are
So-
not the droids you're looking
Yeah,
for.
exactly. So I'm just sitting here looking, and this is perfectly normal. Okay. I watch the planes per usual, and they're dropping their shit. They're doing the thing, making the big long fucking whatever.
Contrails,
Uh-huh.
right?
And per usual, they make an X. And I was like, man, why are they out here at like fucking 11:30 midnight doing this? Usually they're doing this during the day.
Right.
And they, that goes over. And 20 minutes later, I am sitting outside in a complete fucking fog.
That's
And
funny.
it stayed that way through the night.
Yeah. Yeah, that last fog that rolled in was fucking crazy.
I don't know if you understand what I'm throwing out here,
Mhm.
but
The government did it.
I feel like I
I
was like, that is crazy. Cause like every once in a while, if I think I see something neat, I'll like pull up the camera and hit record. There's no recording. There's like I could barely even see the stars. It totally
Right.
ruined my night. I was like, yeah.
Well, like one of the most interesting aspects of like being around those like top level thinkers for the government is like I was always fascinated with that question of like, because they ask each of these specialized like divisions, hey, if you were going to attack America, what would it look like and stuff. And I feel like some of the highest like echelon groups, they always kind of come to the same conclusion. It's like, oh, well, like the easiest way to do it would be like mass casualties over time. So like, how would you do that? Well, you like poison the water systems, you
poison the food,
you poison the air, and you do it in
viruses,
such a low quantity that the people don't know that they're poisoned until it's already too late, and it's weird because I'm looking around at everything that's going on and I'm like,
I'll tell you right now, Darren, I'll tell you right now that I'm smart and I don't drink things that would kill me or give me cancer.
Hey, you don't ever do that, and me, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm ahead of everybody. I don't eat or drink that shit.
Those yellow dyes that cause brain worms and shit.
But it's 0 sugar and no calories. No, 25 calories. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what is it that they're putting in there instead of those?
I got
things?
a 0 sugar coffee,
Hell
like
yeah.
cappuccino. Yeah, there's sugar in this.
Yeah, of course. There always is,
I even
right?
put more sugar.
Hell yeah.
You do that, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get the sugar-free shit,
Right.
and then you're like, I'm gonna add shit to it.
Yeah. Dude, I didn't even make a New Year's resolution. I'm like, I'm just over it. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I
didn't
mean?
either.
I'm like,
I
why am I
didn't
gonna fucking promise myself some shit that I know I'm gonna fuck up anyway?
They actually asked me at the Melody Inn last night. Rich did. He was like, "You got any?" And I was like, "Mm-mm."
Yeah, no.
Just go to
Sorry,
the next
drawing,
person.
yeah, drawing a blank.
I mean, it's a good thing to have that, but at
Yeah.
the end of the day, it's like people don't change; they grow,
Right.
and you
Yeah.
just don't grow like,
Yeah.
oh,
In a month.
it's midnight.
Yeah.
I just grew a little bit.
I'm never gonna
Yay!
do that again.
Right.
It's silly.
It's a good point of reflection, but I think that's the whole thing, man, is that's where the growth comes from.
Yeah.
It's reflection.
Mhm.
It's cool, man. It's weird to look back on last year and be like, good riddance, and also be looking towards the new year and be like, holy fuck, what do we got in store for this
Yeah.
next minute batch of bullshit? I'm excited, dude. Like the 2025 bingo card is fucking nuts.
I know. I mean, we're already off to a great start.
Yeah.
like the whole Google thing, what's
Right.
going on with them. I don't think we talked. They didn't
You should
release
delve
that.
in. Yeah, you should delve into that a little bit.
So basically, the Google the part of Google that does quantum computing, they have leased the 3 Mile Island,
Mhm.
which is, nuclear plants, whatnot,
Yeah.
and for 20 years, and for obvious reasons, they're going to change the name of the place because they don't want to hang on to
I
that.
couldn't imagine
3 Mile
why.
Island.
It's a big history, right?
But they need the nuclear power to power the quantum computing. So a lot of the things that were released in the information released to us kind of basically shows, I mean, I don't even want to
Well,
say it.
I mean,
man.
that's kind of the thing, right?
I don't want to be the one that sounds crazy.
Quantum computing is literally utilizing manipulation of space-time to do like a kind of digital calculations, right? And the whole premise is that it's not a 0 or a 1, it's both at the same time, allowing it to be able to think in infinite depth for an infinite linear amount of time in an instant, because time doesn't matter to it, right? Because it's manipulating space-time as it's making the calculations. The problem is like, bro, that sounds like a fucking Marvel movie, my guys. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are we doing right now? Like,
Essentially, what they've drawn from it is that it is basically proving that multiple realities and multiple universes exist.
that means that there's a me out there somewhere that's fucking happy.
Dude,
Oh, shit.
just for 1 second, I want to see me in a different universe with a long head of hair. Oh, I bet I look
There is a
glorious.
universe out there where I'm bald and you have hair, and the jokes are all reversed. Terrible.
Hell
yeah, fuck
Debbie
yeah.
said it.
And I guess that would make me straight. That's scary.
Yeah, right.
I sure hope that they don't fuck up. Like, I don't want them to fuck up,
Yeah.
because it's getting to that point where, I mean, the whole Mandela effect thing is like, that was already enough to completely, like, our whole culture, like, everybody is, we went through that because of CERN, and now here's Google, and they're just like, we're gonna fuck with it. You know what I mean? Like, let's just see how far we can go with this. And it's just like, okay.
Right.
Not to mention, like, we're giving them access to nuclear power, and that place has already had problems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's kind of like,
Do we trust Google to be the arbiter of that power, you know?
yeah, we already gave
That's scary.
Yeah,
That's
it's-
scary shit.
we already gave
Fucking
like
Google.
yeah. Oh, I mean, I am sorry. Google is great.
yeah, like, because that's the thing, is like, a lot of people don't understand the amount of power that they already have. And I don't mean power like physically.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Power of manipulation.
well, yeah. Oh man. I mean, that's the thing. Okay. And this is a true story. This is not bullshit. Somebody at Google, they lost their job, by the way. I want to let you know ahead of time. This person
Just so you
lost
know.
their job.
Have no credibility.
try
We do
this
not
at
back
home.
anything that they said
Yeah.
at all.
And don't
Disclosures out of the way.
also don't quote me on this either, because I could be wrong. I could have read the wrong article.
Right.
Whatever. But
happens.
basically, somebody over there fucking thought it would be I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. They shut down the internet on a Sunday because they figured they're not open, right?
Mhm.
And everything will be back up, and they shut off the internet for 15 minutes. Yeah. They shut off Google for 15 minutes. So I said it that way because that's exactly what fucking happened. The entire world
Right.
instantly went down.
Yeah.
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 That, Like every
That's
search engine you use,
terrifying.
every time you say, "Hey
Bank
Siri,"
records.
"Hey whoever,"
Oh man.
to your phone, that is Google.
Yeah.
Everything is basically under their control. So, yeah, we're just giving them even more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Right.
and if they fuck up, oh my god.
Well, like let's say that Google, just a hypothesis, right? Not a hypothesis. Let's live in one of those alternate universes for a second, okay?
All right.
Let's say that Google is just a purely good entity. Let's say that they still live by their mantra of "Don't be evil." Or wait, that was Meta, right? Facebook,
Who knows?
whatever. Yeah.
One of
Don't
those.
let's say that they were a good entity, right? The fucking United States Treasury Department was just hacked by China. Okay. If the United States Treasury and the NSA cannot protect our fucking bank records, and not just our bank records, like the government's bank records, right? Why on earth would we believe that even if Google were on the up and up and we're just, the best of the best, that there is not a bad actor out there that is willing to take advantage of the situation
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
sabotage everything? Like, man, we are in unprecedented times. It's fun to fucking be alive right now.
Yeah.
Also, we got to admit that we lived through the tail end of the golden age, of America. For real. We got to see it. And now it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a friendly reminder to everybody out there that there is hundreds, like I don't know how many, probably 750 million Americans.
Yeah, I don't know
And
what the US population is right now.
it's probably around there somewhere, I would assume 750 million, close to it. And of those, there are less than 1,000 billionaires. So, who has the power? Billionaires. Who has the power?
The person with the guns.
All right, so Texas.
Yeah. That's exactly how that
Texas
shit
and
would go.
Michigan. Are you listening?
They'd go down to Texas and they'd go draw, and a Texan would pull out a fucking pistol, and a fucking billionaire would pull out a bag of money, and they'd be like, "Oh,
In the Midwest, we'll pull
you
out
lost."
a paint stick and some drawing pencils.
We'll slap a pork tenderloin down and be like, "You can fight me after you eat this first."
And then you think about it.
Yeah. And the thing is, our pork tenderloin is so good that they just leave us be, They're like, "Oh, it's a flyover state.
Fine,
Yeah.
that's
We'll allow Indiana to exist."
I like to refer us as Western Ohio.
Yeah.
right.
And then if you actually live in Ohio, you live in Northern Virginia, like Northwestern Virginia.
Right.
Yeah. It's so beautiful down there though.
Yeah.
You ever been ventured on beyond Cincinnati?
Oh yeah.
It's beautiful out there. You can get sick though, like driving through there, because it's like mountains,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ultra curves, like all the fucking
Yeah. Yeah. I grew up on the pimple of Northern Ohio. So like it's like mountains coming in right into Ohio, like on the southwestern part, like bordering with Pennsylvania. And then like you get through Columbus where it starts calming down a little bit.
Right.
And then if you keep driving, this anomaly is Ashland, Ohio, and you could see it. Like you're like 40 minutes out, you're like, "Hey, there it is." There's and then when you start getting close, you're like driving up to it. You're like driving up. I mean, like crazy angle, like crazy, like built, like yeah, it's weird.
Hell yeah.
So, like I always thought that was really uninteresting until I moved here. I was like, wow, I never knew a place existed without hills. This is crazy. Yeah, like there's like no hills here. It's just so flat.
It's so flat.
Just think,
Yeah.
man, there's an alternate universe where the guy that was, the founder of Ashland, Ohio, made it halfway up that hill and was like, "Fuck it," and Ashland's actually at the base.
It's a mile above. It's like Colorado or whatever.
Oh, really?
Denver. It's like Denver. Yeah,
That's
it's like a
crazy.
mile high.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
mile off
nuts.
of the sea levels or whatever.
And that's all like the bunched up portions from the Appalachian Mountains, right? Like,
Well, I mean, So basically, like the way that I understand it is like glaciers at one point came through, and that's why it's so flat here because it just like annihilated, like just
Sheared everything
sheared
off.
everything flat. Yeah, and then whatever it stopped. And
Yeah, but
then-
we got the soil though, all that fucking ice brought the soil with it. It's like I know here in Indiana we got some like good black earth.
And this like the soil here, like I'm sure yours is really good too. I mean, you're surrounded, you know what I mean, by like fucking cornfields or okra fields or whatever.
Right.
And like, man, like when like trees, how they like what trees make the little
Maple.
Maples?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like every year it's like that's what I do is like I get home from work and then I had to walk around my property and like rip trees out of the ground because it's so fertile. It just everything grows. Like I left a pumpkin, or no, not a pumpkin. What's the other one?
A gourd?
Yeah, I left a gourd sitting. It's like just sitting there up on the, how the little bricks on the sidewalk. I just left it sitting there, and then a year later, there's fucking gourds growing out of my sidewalk.
A little baby gourd.
Yeah, I'm not playing. It's
good
crazy.
soil.
Yeah, good soil. So like I could grow like anything here. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's what I should do. I should tear up this yard and just make it a fucking garden.
You know what I'm terrified of? I'm terrified that like the lumber industry is going to find out that like all of our woods have old growth maples and old growth sycamore and hickory. Like I've been doing a little bit of woodworking and stuff, trying to make a few things for myself that I need around the house and whatnot. And mainly it's been like handles for old tools and making other tools that I need to do other projects and stuff. And I never realized, if you look any tutorials or you look for any plans on how to build these things, these experienced woodworkers will always tell you like, oh, if you can find hickory or beech, like you want that kind of wood, but it's just so hard to find. Bro, that shit grows everywhere here. Everywhere. You can jump on Facebook Marketplace and find more hickory than you could shake a hickory stick at. It's insane. And it blows my mind. And I'm terrified that like, because Indiana is a very like corporation free state, or free state of mind, I should say, because Eli Lilly kind of made it to where they were like, we're going to do whatever we want.
Mm-hmm.
And our local government, our state government was like, okay, just keep giving us the money. And I feel like, we're that leaves us susceptible to big companies that would export something like that. And you can just see like redwoods. The redwoods are kind of trashed from us, coming in, cutting down a bunch of shit, because they do. Redwood makes really good dining room tables, but also it takes fucking 400 years to grow one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like how worth it was that dining room table? You could have made it out of pine and that shit grows in a year,
Yeah.
Not as durable, but it is what it is. I don't know. I'm going on a rant about wood. I'm just worried, we're Indiana. I feel like we're in a susceptible spot. I know that we're hard-nosed motherfuckers. So like when it comes time for that, it's like, we'll actually fight back about it.
Yeah. I mean, there's, there are certain things that we try to fight for, and they're just like, you're out your fucking mind, dude.
Yeah.
Like, because we have big coal here too. A lot of people forget about Evansville, and
Right.
Like I don't want to say the majority, but most of the coal comes from down there.
Right.
So the coal mines and
our local stuff here. Yeah. It's like, Pennzoil. Pennsylvania has a shitload of fucking oil. You know what I mean? And I mean, look at what happened to it. They had the fucking strip mines and all that stuff. You see there's tons of good documentaries on that shit of like, you see a town, it's a really cool town, and it's like kids riding bicycles, it's 1958 and everything's great. And then you see a picture of it in like 1985 and it's just fucking torn up. There's huge, pits in the ground and stuff, and everything's covered in this like gray sand, and like that's just terrifying, man. The place that we're at. And then we talk about things like having this crazy ultra computer that needs nuclear energy to power it. It's like, bro, that's not solving any of our fucking problems, man. Like,
yeah,
How many jobs is that
Yeah.
motherfucker gonna create?
Oh no, it's
We
gonna,
need-
it's
we need
gonna
something-
destroy jobs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need something to keep us fucking busy. And so far, porn and ridiculous food isn't fucking doing it anymore. You know? Like, that's where we're at. I will say this though, that's why I'm staying in the music, you know, because like it's something that we don't have to do, but we do because you just can't not do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I you know, I'll never stop. I'm so stoked to be playing Saturday with you guys. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
Hell yeah. Actually, that's a
Pretty
good segue. We can throw this up there. Lyn-Z's band Misunderstood and Derek's band, the Come Alongs, are playing with Lawn Dart Massacre and the Dylan Salazar Project this Saturday for Lyn-Z's The Untold Story of an Underdog album release show. It's going down at Healer, $10 holla. What is that? Doors at 7. Bands are starting at 8 o'clock. And it's all ages.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And there's the album over here to the left here. You can see that. You can actually pre-order that at misunderstood.bandcamp.com.
And you should.
And you should
Support your local artists. Do it.
absolutely. Hell yeah. So yeah, like we
just
went on.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're going on an adventure tonight,
Yeah.
folks.
Where do we go from there?
Covered so many bases already.
Yeah. It's only been 40 fucking minutes. No, I'm super excited, man. I'm super excited to like see what this next year is going to bring us, you know. And it's like, I feel like we're all coming from a spot where we've been sitting back and licking our wounds, and it's probably about time that we get back at it again. And it's nice because it's just happening. You know what I mean? I feel like the right people are starting to like hang out with the right people, and like-minded people are starting to hang out, and people with differing opinions are starting to communicate better.
Yeah.
You know, people are willing to let shit go. I like seeing that. You
Yeah,
know,
definitely.
'cause the scene's been rough. It's been rough for a while now, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We are laughing. Yeah.
To stop the pain.
Yeah.
No, it's not that bad. We're gonna make it. It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
great.
As long as the drones don't attack.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. Well, with everything that's like the UAP stuff and the fucking all the things that are being, you know, unearthed per se because of the Google advancements and everything, is just like, oh man, what are we gonna find out next? What is next on the agenda here?
Right.
So, well, I'm just like waiting for it. Like, there's gonna be a press conference. They're gonna be like, the jig is up. Like, and they're gonna be like,
They're gonna take their masks
so
off.
this is what happened. Okay. George H. Bush assassinated Kennedy, and we moved him up, and then we made him vice president, and then we made him president, and then he started a war for Saudi Arabia and Iraq, and he couldn't get it done, so we put his son in, and he started a war. And the rest is history.
That's exactly what happened. that's just history.
No.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
I mean, Google is the best.
We love Google.
We love Google. Yeah.
Go to sleep, America. Your
Right.
government is in control.
Yeah, I feel like John Carpenter was right, and Roddy Piper was absolutely correct to play that role as seriously as he did. You know, like in the entire movie, If They Live, like he's acting as though it's a serious movie, you know, and it's kind of like comical to see somebody acting so serious in a role that's obviously not serious. And now it's like, oh shit, man, like he was right. He was right. They are in control.
Yeah.
Weird ass.
One of my
aliens.
favorite things is like go back to some of the Apollo photos of like here, because I'm talking about things that I think are going to be like finally on Earth.
Mhm.
Right.
So, and not just back then, but current photos, you'll see photos of astronauts, right? And what are they doing in these photos? They're covering their ears, they're covering their eyes, and they're covering their mouths.
Mm.
And do you know what that means? Hear no evil,
Yeah.
see no evil, speak no evil.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna find out a lot of cool shit. Last year's Nobel Prize winner. Like why did they win the Nobel Prize? Because they basically had proved that the universe in which we see is not real.
Hell
They won
yeah.
a Nobel Prize for this, and nobody talks about it. Like,
How do you feel about all this? Are you are you a believer in the craziness of all of the because like there's a lot of conspiracies floating around about like the like the reality that we live in and stuff like
That
I
that.
wouldn't be
word.
surprised by any of it.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Mothman again.
Yeah, hell yeah. I think we all are just out here fangirling for fucking
I want
Mothman.
to see my homie.
Yeah.
Motherfucker opens the door. What the?
Fucking-
Surprise, Lyn-Z.
I'll
We
have
made
my,
some
I'll have
phone
my
calls.
Mothman Build-A-Bear with me.
Yeah.
William. Like, William
So-
wanted to see you this whole time.
We wanted to surprise you, but Derek knows a guy that knows a guy from Virginia. And we got him out man here tonight.
It was hard to get him out of Point Pleasant, but we finally made it
We,
here.
we had to go to like 17 fucking Goodwills and collect as many sweaters as we could, but we got him here.
Yay. As long as I get my selfie.
He's all,
It's just blurry, like self blurs
You
on the
just
photo.
see his eyes.
we have like the vacuums ready to go. Fucking after he leaves,
Just dust everywhere.
everywhere.
You hug him and you're just covered in like gross.
There's gonna be a pile
Oh.
of like, broken down sweaters.
Walks in, he's like, "I'm sorry, but I have to rip your soul out now." It's like, "Oh, okay." Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Shit's crazy. There's that. Did you see that video rolling out of the shit in the trees? There's like this dude just standing on his back patio and he's filming the trees, and like you can see all of the trees. Now, I'm not saying that maybe there couldn't have been some pole line or something up in there, but there's like branches that are a foot in diameter getting broken off, and he's just standing there filming it, and there's nothing. Like you can see everything, and like I said, it's a cell phone, so there could be some fuckery, but like I don't know, I guess I'm in the same boat. It wouldn't surprise me if it was
It wouldn't
fake. It also
surprise me.
wouldn't surprise me if it was some crazy shit that like I can't even imagine.
Yeah. You never know anymore.
Yeah, they tell you the crazy. They're like, "Hey man, some dude just drove a fucking truck through a crowd on New Year's in New Orleans," and it's like,
Oh yeah.
checks out. It's
It's so
unfortunately that's
crazy.
the fucking world we live in
Yeah.
now. It's,
Have they figured out why?
I know. So like he had a they're calling it an ISIS flag, but it's like a caliphate banner that is like affiliated with some organizations. But the guy was also an army vet, a US born citizen, lived in Texas. And I think the weird thing with that is a lot of people think that in order to be affiliated with a foreign terrorist organization that you have to be a foreigner.
Yeah.
And that is one of the greatest tools that Islamic extremists have used. The freedom fighter mentality of like, so there was a war in Iraq. Well, all of the freedom fighters from the entire region came to Iraq to fight against US led coalition. So it's kind of like, oh, it's always going to be a group of foreigners, but it's like, those people come from places, and it's weird to see like these organizations recruit from all walks of life. There are people that are rich and fall into these circles, and it's weird because you see people fall into that because of two main issues, and the primary one of those two issues is education. A lot of times, these these people that will not, people that do these things, they are not, I don't want to say educated enough to think for themselves. It's it's that they have a tendency to, you kind of see a common thread where they allow other people to think for them and kind of in
They
place.
kind of get like brainwashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of they get their minds easily impregnated by other people's ideas. And then essentially what you're left with is a person that has no moral requirement to vet whether the thing that they're doing is right or wrong, because it's somebody else's thing. You can shove it off on that. And then and when you couple that with such an extremist ideology, you end up with like really bad things happening. And this is not something that is strictly, you know, adhered to by the Islamic faith. You know what I mean? This is not something that only Muslims do. It is in every walk of life. It's not just a religious based thing. It's anything that is based in ideals and morality. Any person that's trying to tell you that you're immoral is probably not looking out for your best interest. They're probably looking out for theirs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the nature of it. Now we have agreed morals, like we don't lie, we don't cheat, we don't steal, those sorts of things. But that's like, we've kind of elevated past that point, and there's a large group of the population that is not making that jump with us. You know what I mean? It's hard for us as logically thinking people to evaluate things from their viewpoint because we're not able to see it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's sad. It's really sad. I feel bad for the dude. Like, what kind of thing would a person have to go through to do that to a group of humans, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, it doesn't matter how disgusted you are, you can't do that. You can't do that to people. You know what I mean? Tough spots. We're in tough spots these days, but we're going to make it, man.
There was yesterday a Tesla truck that exploded in front of a Trump hotel.
Did you see what was inside of it?
No.
They finally had a press conference, and they had a drone, like one of the police drones that was doing like 3D scans, and it flew right over the truck, and you can look in the back of it and you can see exploded gas cans. I'm not an expert on explosive devices or anything, but it was very clearly an improvised explosive device, a vehicle-borne improvised explosive device.
I don't know how that, I mean, there wasn't any dead giveaways. Like, the moment it exploded was the moment that Trump and Elon were having their little shindig party
powwow.
Yeah. Like, the moment their thing started is when this Tesla truck exploded in front of it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And the initial reports are like, but there's no, you know, no reports of whatever. Yeah, it's like,
well, and you can, so that's a really good indicator. By the way, I am an expert in explosives. I was an explosive ordnance disposal technician in the United States Army. It's kind of like my bread and butter.
Nice.
That's like my jam. I love that shit.
Yeah.
I bought the ticket and rode the ride. You know what I mean? So it's weird because I think in this instance, like, I actually have like a degree of expertise in this exact, you know, field. This is kind of my thing. And this is one of those situations where I get to very clearly be like, all right, you're being manipulated by the media, and I can show you clearly, because the way that the media is, and I mean all media, is showing this is, of course, Elon's bullshit truck is burning down. Except here's the thing. They have the footage of the fucking IED in the bed of the truck. And they're lying directly to your fucking faces in order to sway you. They will let the truth come out later, because the truth always comes out. But they need you to do something first. And that is exactly how you end up being the guy in the F-150 driving down the road and swerving into the crowd and getting out and shooting at the motherfucking cops. That's how you end up being that person, is you get carried just far enough before you're told the truth. And then they carry you just far enough, and then they give you the truth. And eventually you've been carried so far, there ain't no fucking coming back. You're broken. Your mind is broken. You know, we live in weird times, bro.
Yeah. When I saw that video of it, like,
clearly fireworks.
Yeah.
Clearly fireworks.
Like, the stuff coming out of like the wheel.
Yeah.
I was like, no way, man.
And the thing is that truck sucks. We have footage of them burning down and don't look like that. You know, like that's the thing. That's where I'm at. That's all I'm saying. My expert opinion, after looking at what a Tesla truck looks like when it burns down and watching that one blow up, I didn't even have to watch the Tesla truck burning down, but due diligence. I looked at that one blow up and I was like, that's a bomb. There was a bomb in the bed of that truck, and that's what blew up. It had nothing to do with the motherfucking batteries. It had nothing to do with overcharging. Like, that's a bomb. It's my expert opinion. Yeah. That's crazy. It's fucking crazy. But and like I said, I don't want to be that guy that's just like, fucking Toda so everybody is fucking lying to you. And it's like, no, it ain't like that. It's like I'm excited for 2025 because it is so clearly visible now. You can't not see the powers that be, the power that they have over us. And the irony is the power that they hold is power that we give them. Mm-hmm. We don't have to play this fucking game.
Yeah.
We don't have to, You just let me and my boys know when you want us to be tacked in. We got you. Not scared at all.
Yeah, we are in unprecedented times.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and do a quick commercial break.
Yeah.
And before we do that, we'll remind everybody that this Saturday it's going down at Healer, 7:00. Fans at 8, $10 holla. Misunderstood album release party. The untold story of an underdog, playing with the Come Alongs.
Hell yeah.
Long Dark Massacre.
Hell yeah.
And Dylan Salazar project.
Fuck yeah.
So we'll head out to that Saturday. And here is a word from the button guy.
Hold on. Just let it run.
Downtown, home girl left town, and I got dumped. My best friend drowned, and I got shot last night. My heart says cry, my mind says murder, my throat says dry, my gut says bugger, my mind says why, but I never heard it right. I got a spring in my step, a fall on my face, and the winter won't slip. A real bad taste in the corner of my mouth, 'cause I just can't fly out. But I can't listen to the voice of reason no more, 'cause I just love the season. Summer's back in town, can't slow down. And I can't help feeling I'm on the run, and you got the wheel and I got the gun, and this car is sealed and I'm gonna have fun tonight. I got an old black Ford and a black leather jacket, a floorboard boat, the man name's Megan. Hang on, Lord, 'cause I'm gonna wreck it tonight. Drink my water, just because you're not thirsty doesn't mean that you don't need it. Gotta drink water, drink my water. If you sweat it out, you need more electrolytes. Drink water, drink my water right now. Drink my water. Just because you're not thirsty doesn't mean that you don't need it. Gotta drink water, drink my water. If you sweat it out, you need more electrolytes. Drink water, drink my water right now. Drink my water. Just because you're not thirsty doesn't mean that you don't need it. Gotta drink water, drink my water. If you sweat it out, you need more electrolytes. Drink my water right now.
You got this.
Sorry to fucking call you. Either really or not. You're a fucking piece of shit. You're always gonna be a fucking piece of skunk weed.
Wanna hit?
I'm not.
Are you sure?
Okay, let's split it.
Close your eyes, Jared.
What do you see?
So you use crack, or you're thinking about trying it. Crack. So if you're thinking about using crack.
Do it! Just do it!
Nothing unusual. Get help now! you want to stop me, you're gonna have to fucking kill me!
All right, we're back.
Don't sugarcoat it. Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
And then bury me.
Then bury me.
And then stand there for 72 hours. Make sure I don't come back like Jesus. And then play that video again. And then die again.
And then do it again.
So
It's not quantum computing's fault.
God dang it. So this Saturday it's going down at Healer. Misunderstood album release party.
Woo woo.
The untold story of an underdog. With the come alongs, Long Dark Massacre, and Dylan sells our project. It's a $10 holla. Shows at 7, doors at 7, music's at 8. There, I said it right. Now I gotta get this picture off here.
I was like, I don't really actually know what time it starts.
Right? Yeah, I'm
Whatever
glad you're on top of this. 'Cause
whatever I put on the flyer.
that's what the people told me. That's what went on the
Yeah.
flyer.
Bam.
But dude, I mean, I'll be honest. Like your communication for booking a show is top notch. I fucking like you make it so easy. You're like, hey, we got this date. This is the venue. Do you want to you want to do this thing? Cool. Done. Like that's so fucking stress free. There's no like pre-qualification. No like, hey, are you cool? It's like, no, but is it anybody?
Hey, do you like Ninja Turtles? Because you have to like Ninja Turtles. You
Yeah.
can't play a show with me.
Right, yeah. Have you ever made a mistake in your life?
Yeah.
Ever?
What's 2 + 2?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, nah.
Let me get out my quantum computer.
Right. No, I appreciate that. You know, it's and that I guess that's what I was talking about earlier with like how, you know, I feel like all of our eyes are wide open and we can see everything for what it is. And it's just nice because it's like there's no more bullshit. It was like I said, it was so nice. You're just like, hey man, I got these dates. You want to do the thing? Fuck yeah, let's do the thing.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Let's do the next thing.
And plus, once I start liking a band, that like once I play with you guys, I'm like, these guys are fucking cool. I'll be like, do you want to play this show?
Hell yeah.
How about this show? I do it all the fucking
Hell
time.
yeah.
I like book the same fucking bands
Right.
because I'm like, I want to hang out with my friends.
Right.
Yeah.
But dude, and there's like I feel like that's how it's supposed to be. That's a
Yeah.
scene. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like that's what a scene is like a bunch of friends hanging out together and it's like making music. We're
Yeah.
just doing the
Exactly.
thing.
Hell
You
yeah.
know?
And you guys are playing, both of you guys are playing, I'm pretty sure. It's almost the same fucking bill.
It is.
Is it the same bill?
It is.
Yeah.
I was telling Dylan.
December Tizo.
I was-
January 18th at Outhouse Records.
24th.
24th.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
what I meant.
24th.
I was about to say that was like the 18th is my birthday, and I was like, "Fuck, am I doing that on my birthday? Because that's gonna be a crazy show if I did."
We can still celebrate it.
Hell yeah!
You know, it's the same bill. I was telling Dylan the other day, I was like, well, I got Lawn Dart. They were the last band to be added. And I was like, I guess we're all just going to party twice in January.
Fuck yeah!
He's like, well, that's cool.
Hell yeah!
That's how you do it.
Oh, fucking Shep over here and I, we did a little run in
Yeah.
November where we just like, it's just bam, 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 doing all the shows together. Had a fucking blast, man. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it's about.
Yeah.
Doing the thing, hanging out with people. Like I said, it's nice to see like-minded people all hanging out and getting together. And then even people that have disagreements, being able to at least put it on the side burner, on the
Yeah.
back burner and hang out, you know? That's the name of the game, 2025. Be cool.
Yep. Be cool.
Just be cool.
Don't be an asshole.
Yeah, don't be an asshole.
I want to, let's see. I want Derek, I don't know if you ever saw this. Did you ever see this?
I like
Every
it.
Wednesday.
Hell
Oh, we
yeah.
gotta take that banner down because you can't see like all the little. So do you know what that picture actually is?
Teletubbies.
Teletubbies.
Hell
That's
yeah.
right. It's usually a baby
A
face.
baby. Fuck that kid.
Don't trip. It's not a podcast. It's a party.
Hell yeah.
Teletubbies.
Yeah.
every single time. I feel like every Wednesday he's like, "Hey, have you seen this one yet?" And he pops it up, and it just like cracks me up.
I love
It
making
makes me,
art.
makes me feel like a little kid. I love it. It's
You're
good.
like waiting for it.
Yeah.
So the background image today is a couple, I guess, Saturns, right?
Yeah,
Going
looks
down
like
there,
it.
a couple
Yeah.
planets and some kitty cats.
Hell yeah, on clouds.
Yeah, and like I picked this one out, but it's just it's not as fun.
Right.
Not like the
Yeah.
cat.
That looks like we're about to get arrested.
Some these are supposed to be red lighters here, but they look like
Shotgun shells.
shotgun shells with flames come. Well, some of you can't see.
Some of
You
them
can't
look like
see the
the
ones.
inhalers, though.
Yeah, that's true. Vapes.
Yeah.
Like this is the best right here. This is the number
Yeah.
one like background.
Yeah.
of
I
all
dig
time.
it.
I don't know. I could just stick with the regular. Is this it? Yeah.
Oh, the old regular.
Yeah. See, but that's no fun. I think
Right.
this is.
There's that little kitten down there with
The
just like,
on the right hand
Yeah,
side,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like looking up.
yeah, it's like, I love you guys.
the
We love you
It's
too.
like the number one fan.
cat on the left is like completely like, oh my god.
Why are you embarrassing me in front of all my friends?
Quit. Why did you have to say that?
These people are cool. Stop embarrassing me.
And the other cat's just like, you know.
Like in love.
I don't like. I honestly like. I can't remember how I came across that photo. I know I was like looking for like good photo, like good picture backgrounds,
Right.
and I saw that one, and I was like, "It's perfect." I bet you could still see the cats.
Hell yeah.
Faces. And as you know, it is. I don't know. Just having all those words up there and all the things, it's just like, man, I don't really like it.
What if that's like the actual thing that's happening right now? Is that movie Cats versus Dogs is reality? Like the the drones finally touch down and it's actually just like cats up there in their own little personalized spacecraft just zipping around the sky.
Be cool.
Yeah.
Like I always say, like if you come back, like reincarnation, I'm gonna be a fucking cat. You know, like based on like science, like
Why do you want to do it, Shep? Because
Well-
science.
Science.
well, first of all, like if you're gonna be built to like survive, cats are like the world's
Predators,
the
yeah.
natural predator. Like
Yeah.
they are.
Ready to hunt, doing all
Yeah.
the things. Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
fuck with me, but I want to I don't want to come back for that. I want to come back as a cat so I can like be a house cat,
Yeah.
and just like fucking eat shit and sleep. That's it. It's like that's my agenda, and then like pet me.
Yeah.
Like that's it. It's so fucking awesome. But I don't want to be a dog because dogs, like I want to have brains, like I want to be smart. Like I don't know, I love dogs. I'm not hating on dogs, but they compared to cats, I don't know, man. Cats are just like they got it all figured out.
They really
Yeah.
do.
They do.
What is it? We spent millions of years training dogs how to do things for us, and cats spent like 50 years teaching us how to do stuff for them.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
fuck you, I own you.
Right.
Yeah. I like one of my cats loves to sit on the edge of my couch. And like every time I walk by, he's like, oh, stop. He like puts out his paw and he like tries to stop me. He's like, whoa, pet me. I'm like,
You're moving by me a little too fast, bro.
take a second. That's when they're, like, of course, like they follow me around anyways, but dude, like, oh my God, if I like get up and I'm going to the kitchen, right? The cats are all like, they're getting ahead of me because they're like, I know what this guy's doing. This guy's about to feed us. Hell yeah. And then when they've already ate, they're just sitting there, waiting.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Pet
Feed
me.
us.
Dude, like,
I have a barn cat, dude, and Bonnie is rad, but she likes a certain few people, and everybody else can just fuck off. Like you have been trying to pet Bonnie for so long, and she's just like, fuck you.
no, I mean, she lets me pet her now.
Yeah.
But like there's like that's the thing is like, who was I hanging out with the other day? I was hanging out with somebody, and their cat was like, immediately was like, oh no, I was okay. And like, literally, like, soon as I walk in, the cat's like, and I sit down, the cat jumps up, runs across the couch, and that's it. Like, that's my cat now.
Right.
You know, whenever I hang out with Craig,
you are that cat's now.
yeah, I belong to the cat.
Like,
And then whenever I hang out with Craig, like his dog always sits at my feet,
Right.
you know, like, or wants to sit on my lap. You know what I mean? But there's one cat, and so Nick has a cat, and his name's Carl, and Carl is like the only cat I've ever known that is just like, nah, bro, not you. You're not the one. And I'm like, Carl. And he's like, no, dude, that ain't work. I'm like, Carl, you can't. I'm not has llamas, but
he's getting depressed because the cat doesn't like him.
I said
it
has
affects your
llamas.
emotional health.
Yeah. You know what
Yeah.
you need? A support dog.
And then Carl will love me.
Yeah.
See, I think
'Cause
that's why I like dogs more, because they love me.
yeah.
Yeah.
And cats
yeah.
are just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck you too.
There's a reason that my cat lives in the barn and my pit bulls live inside.
I have one cat, but I have 3 dogs.
Right.
But I will say, like, I've never met a dog that doesn't like me. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me when I like one time I was delivering pizzas down in Hallville. I used to work at the one on Rockville Road, and this fucking I pull up, I park, I pop the thing into the phone because, you know, apps and shit.
Right.
And I look out, and there's this fucking pit bull standing there looking up, and I'm like, oh, puppy. And I'm like, what are you doing? And, you know, and I start petting him, and his tail shaking, and I'm like, are you gonna walk me to the door? You know, sitting there talking to him, and he like follows me up, and I like open the fence to the place where I'm going. I'm like, all right, well, I guess you're going with me. And like he's like follows me up to the door, and I like knock on the door, and the owner comes to the door, and it was like, he's like, oh, like just loses it. He goes, oh my God, like, don't move. Do not move. Like, he's shaking, scared to death.
Right.
And he opens the door, and he tells the dog to come inside. And he like doesn't come back for like 2 minutes. I'm just standing there like, what the fuck
Right.
happened? And he's like, comes back, and he's like apologizing profusely.
Right.
And then he basically tells me that dog, he has to keep it locked up. And whenever people come over, they have to keep him locked up in a room, because the only people that he will not attack, because the dog has attacked people,
Oh shit.
is the people that live inside of the house. So basically, any person that this dog has ever encountered that doesn't live within that household, he's attacked. I was the first person
That's
that
cool,
this dog
man.
has
Hell
never
yeah.
attacked.
Yeah.
And I was like,
What kind
damn.
of shitty people is that dog's being around?
Exactly.
That's what I wanna know.
That's
They're
the first thing I
smart.
was like,
Yeah.
well, that's the thing is like, for a dog to like be that way.
Yeah.
But it was super sweet to me. I thought it was like the sweetest puppy. It blew my mind. He gave me a $20 tip too.
Hell yeah.
Like, he's like,
I'll let you feel bad.
He
I
was
mean,
like, "You got eaten, but
right.
yeah, I
That
was
dog
like,
saw you were carrying pizza, and he's like, "Did we just become best
Yeah.
friends?"
but I mean, that's the thing. Also, I mean, I guess if you think about it, like, they're, you know, they have feelings,
Right.
you know, and I'm sure I don't know. That's just the way I am. I just immediately was like,
puppy.
puppy.
Yeah.
So like, I'm sure if I saw the dog and acted scared,
Right.
the dog probably would have attacked me, but I
Right.
didn't. I didn't feel scared. And dogs pick up on energy just like we pick up on energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just, I've never met a dog that doesn't like me. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Cat? No. Yeah, there's one. Fucking Carl.
Carl.
Fuck you, Carl.
Fuck you, Carl.
Sorry, Nick and Ashley.
I hope Carl's watching right now.
Yeah. Carl's like sitting at home with one of their iPhones,
Yeah.
just like, this motherfucker.
Smoking a pipe, just landed his
I was-
drone.
I was gonna let you pet me, but now fuck you.
Fuck you. You
Oh,
called me out.
But and here's the thing. Like, by the way, Carl likes to like come out because he like I'm not the only one. He hides from everybody.
Right.
And he likes to like come out, unhide while I'm there. And no, this fucker fucking taunts me. He sits there. He will sit there and stare at me. And I'm like, come on, Carl. Come here, Carl. And he's just like,
He's like plotting his
Yeah.
death.
Have you tried the hard allogrooming approach?
what's
Where you
that?
just like ignore the cat until the cat like brushes on you?
That's a good idea.
That's just like
I can't help it. He's a black kitty. I love black cats. I grew up with black cats.
You're gonna trick him into not being a dickhead.
Yeah. Who owns who now,
Yeah,
Carl?
Carl.
Just do a little fun cat.
I'm gonna next time I go over to Nick and Ashley's, I'm gonna bring cans of cat food. I'm just gonna sit there with a spoon and it's so good. Bet you wish you had some, Carl. Oh man, that makes me think of like have you I had it and it's gone. I hate it when I do this. I had such a great question. Now it's gone. Oh.
It'll come back.
So did you grow up with cats or dogs?
Both.
Both. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I didn't get that luxury. We had a dog once.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was not good.
My parents mostly let me have cats, but when I was like when I first moved out, my ex got me a dog, and then I've liked dogs way more.
Right. Yeah. That's totally
What kind of pup?
understandable.
She was a husky Malamute.
Hell yeah, that's an energetic breed
Oh,
right
yeah.
there.
Crazy. That dog was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Now I have a husky German Shepherd.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much in the same vein. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that dog that dog, Bliss, passed a few years ago. She was 8.5, but I got Bandit. It was Bliss and Bandit. But Bliss, like, I don't know if I believe that shit, but that dog, like, made Bandit happen or something. He's like, here, because it's like the same goddamn dog.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
so awesome.
Yeah.
We've had Dozer forever. We have 2 pit bulls. We had Dozer forever. And the way that my household works is kind of like we're like a house of lost souls. We just like people just show up and then they just never leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, Lisa and I have been talking about getting a dog because Dozer was getting older. Kind of the same concept,
Yeah.
like maybe want to have a companion dog for him as he gets older, and then something to imprint, Dozer's traits onto a puppy to kind
Yeah.
of continue that lineage of training. And Billy's a little shit, man. Like my other dog, he showed up one day and he's just been a little shit ever since. But he got he's the same kind of thing. He was like, he got all the bite sensitivity and the sweetness and everything from Dozer. But he is just a fucking handful, man. Like he's just a ball of energy. It's all it's always weird because it's like I feel like most of the time people get worried about him because he's so energetic and he's so big.
He's always excited.
Yeah.
Always
And-
excited.
Yeah, the way that he moves is just like he's just this massive muscle like floating through the air, and it's like, oh my god, like that's terrifying. And it's hard to like convince people. It's like that's not the one you have to be scared of.
Yeah.
The one that's over there being chill as fuck, that's the one you got to be scared of. That's the one that will bite
Dude,
you.
like it's because like Dozer, like if dogs could talk, like Dozer would be like, "What's up, dude? Hey, how's it going? Like, hey, I missed you." And then fucking Billy rips the corn. He's like, "Oh, I I missed you too, Billy. Oh, give me a hug." Like,
you're touching me.
tell me about your week. Tell me about your week. Oh my god, tell me about your week. Oh, I can't wait to tell you about my week. Yeah. like
I
just
love
so
dogs
excited.
like that. Man.
Hell yeah.
There was a rabbit. There was a rabbit in the front yard. I saw it and I couldn't get to it. It's like that's Billy. That's what he does.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
They're great dogs, man. They're great. I'm definitely a dog person. That's
And
me.
I assure you, I would bet $1 million if I had it that you've never met a cat with fucking Billy attitude.
No, yeah.
No,
If you met a cat with Billy's attitude, you'd be scared of that
Oh my
motherfucker.
God, I'm gonna die.
Just like so excited. Like, the purr on that cat, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Fucking love that shit. Yeah, man. I feel like animals are awesome. That's just kind of like the nature of it, you know.
Yeah.
I did have a cat once, Butters. Great name for a cat, by the way.
Absolutely.
It's Butters. That's right. That cat would, like, when I would come home, it would like run to me. Like you know, I was like, at first I was like, this is weird. Okay. But over time, I was just like, all right. So I have a cat that greets me every time I come home, like a fucking dog. But, you know, not like excited, just like excited, but, you know, in cat mode. You know what I mean? Like, just comes to the door and
It's like,
you know,
hey, you're home. Can
Yeah.
you feed me now?
Right,
but yeah.
Bonnie talks to me. And whenever I walk into the shop, I'm like, Bonds, where you at? And she's just in the back like, meow. She doesn't do that for anybody else.
That's
She comes
awesome.
running up. She's like, it's you. I'm like, yeah.
My cat talks to me, but she's a calico. Calicos are so vocal.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
They're my favorite.
Yeah.
When I get a cat, I want a calico.
Right.
But then I go like fucking 3:00 in the morning. Squeaks is like in the corner of the bedroom. Meow.
Right.
Like feed me. I'm like, go to fucking sleep, man.
Yeah.
It's 3:00 in the morning. We just went to bed at 1:00.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not feeding you.
You have a cat that's just like talking about all kinds of things. Like, yeah, man, last Wednesday, you know, we just went down to the bus station, not to get a bus ticket or anything. We just wanted to see what the bus station was about. Hey, did you hear that new Kid Cudi track? It sounds kind of weird. It's like random things. Like, why are you talking right now at 3 a.m.?
Yeah, that's my cat.
Right.
She's just meow.
We had a oh man, what do you call this? The big one, Maine Coon. We had one of those huge Maine Coons, and it literally just did not want anything to do with anybody in the house.
Really?
Like
That's a big animal to
yeah,
be.
he would let me
angry
he
at
would let me pet
everybody.
him, but no picking him up, none of that stuff.
Right.
And he would just, you know, basically he was just like a security cat. He
Right.
would just sit there, and man, this motherfucker had a mean looking face too, like all the time, just like fucking hate you. Fuck you.
I will fuck you up.
Yeah, fuck you. Just sitting there, you know, like that's all he did is just fucking mean mug. But here's the thing, it's like as soon as we go to bed, as soon as we're like asleep, like outside of the bedroom doors all fucking night, like, please come out here. I want to fucking mean mug you. Fucking lonely right now. I lived a mean mug. Please come out.
I'd be afraid the cat would kill you.
Yeah, right.
I swear I had never had a dog until my sister Amy in Ohio had she's in Ohio. I just had to say Ohio. She had a pure blood Jack Russell, like full on Jack Russell, and it got pregnant or whatever, had babies with a full blooded Dalmatian.
Oh man.
Now I want to tell you something. I don't believe in the devil, but if the devil existed, it was a fucking half Jack Russell. Dalmatian dog. And it was like that was the sign that I would find out later, because at some point I got a dog and then another dog at some point, and like at some point I will have a dog again, but I assure you I'm going to be getting this dog from the fucking like Humane Society or whatever,
Right.
Yeah.
because I will never ever raise another fucking dog.
Right.
I like, man,
If you have
Yeah.
a dog that's trained, it's not hard, you know.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, you got to do the work one time.
Man,
yeah, that's a motherfucker. All the shit.
but
That's so much shit.
Yeah, too much shit.
to train a dog.
that dog was like Billy on crack.
Yeah, I believe it.
And it was like, it's not like anybody just showed up or anybody was over. It was just constantly like, oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Constantly, just all the time. Like, no matter what, just constantly like running. It used to do the thing.
It always
runs
blows my
around in
mind.
circles.
Yeah, chasing its tail.
Yeah,
Hell
like all the time, just constantly like, oh my God. And it's like, okay, we have to find dog food, right? That doesn't have crack in it.
Right.
But it didn't have crack in it.
Right.
Dog was born with crack in its blood. Like, seriously, the most
created it
hyper
naturally.
dog I've
It's
ever
like
seen.
that
in my
crazy
life.
lady that like her body produced alcohol if she ate bread. It's like the same thing, except the
What?
dog produced crack
That's
if it ate
wild.
dog food.
You could get drunk from eating bread.
Yeah, there's a lady. She got a DUI. She blew like a .2 something, and come to find out, because she was like acted normal, and even the police were like, "What the fuck? Like, you should be like smashed right now." She's like, "No, I don't drink like at all." And you know, through the court case and everything like that, like she got this diagnosis because she was trying to figure it out. She's like, I do not consume alcohol. But
Man,
come to find
imagine
out-
if she did.
Come to find out, she had like some crazy weird fucking gut biome that fermented the fucking bread and was just making alcohol, and her body's processing it as booze. So like that bitch had never had a sober day in her life.
And just to be clear, we are no way a sponsor of Coors Light, Coors at all.
It's high life country around here.
Get it? Like, she just like, he's, you know, and that's
A lot.
Coors. Oh man, that's the worst joke of the night.
It's crazy when people you know, go for a specific breed. Like you were talking about Dalmatians, and it's like people forget that a Dalmatian is a working dog. You know, that's a working dog, high
Yeah.
energy. That is a pit bull with spots with the energy of a Malinois, you know,
Yeah.
and the bite force of, you know, a Mastiff. Like that, it's made to grab a hold of firefighters and pull them out of burning buildings.
Yeah.
And you want that motherfucker up in a, you know, 200 square foot apartment?
Yeah.
Nah, that ain't gonna fly.
Oh yeah. By the way, that little fucking just don't. I don't want to speak negatively about puppies, but her name was Molly, by the way. Yeah, from the day she was born until the day we gave her back to my sister, because we didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
We did our best. Like, I think we kept her for 3 years. Just anybody, everybody, just bite town.
Yeah.
Bite. She bit, and it's not like she was biting mean.
Right.
Yeah.
She just, I don't know, it was weird. It's like, man, but you know, that's the only dog I've ever like had that was a biter. Like I had a little Dotson, really cute little Dotson, cool puppy.
They're so cute.
Yes, it's like super sweet dog too.
That's
But the-
Lisa's
but the
jam. That's her
first
favorite
year-
dog.
The first year that like, oh my God, like that was the dog that would really, it set the tone for me. It was like, okay, like I can't ever do this again. And then like my ex-wife and I, we had a what do you call it? Apple head Chihuahua. Just the sweetest, you know, the sweetest, smallest cat I've ever owned. You know, like, hated going outside, super prissy. You know what I mean?
It's a weird looking rat.
It had long, beautiful hair though. It was and really sweet. The only thing is like whenever we'd have friends over, she was super like, fuck you,
Right.
fuck you, like don't even get close to my fucking human. You know, like
Dude,
very-
Chihuahuas are great guard dogs. Like those real small breeds. Have you ever had a big dog breed? Because like Billy and Doze are kind of
no,
some of the
I never have. All my friends though throughout life have had pit bulls, And I
Right.
love fucking pit bulls.
Yeah.
They're the sweetest, kindest
Yeah.
dogs.
I've always agreed, or I've always said that pit bulls. So I can't say I always said I did not like pit bulls for the longest time until I met Dozer. Like Dozer was the one that turned me around on the breed. You know, I saw a pit bull maul a person when I was younger, and it like it left like a lasting impression. And then I met Dozer, and I was like, pit bulls are kind of like the ultimate dog. They are so eager to please, and they are so bonded to their human.
Yeah.
And the thing is like if their human's a piece of shit, they are going to be like whatever it is that you give that dog, it will be the maximum of that. So if you treat a pit bull with, you know, care and compassion, and you give good training, and you're with it all the time, and you love the dog's going to do all of those things in return. If you are an asshole that doesn't walk it, that doesn't, you know, work with the dog, that doesn't love that dog will have no love for anybody else, you know. I feel like that's where they get the bad reputation from. Is it's sad because like I've never seen a pit bull that, you know, other than the ones that were violent, you know, but I've never seen just a normal ass pit bull that's around a loving family be violent, you know.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is people like, you know,
Dogs don't just snap. You got to push them there, you
I
know.
have my boy dog's a husky pit bull,
Right.
and he's spoiled rotten. Literally to the point you have to kiss his nose when you feed him, or he
Right.
won't eat.
Aw.
So when I went on tour in July, my grandma was feeding him, and
Right.
she was like, "I had to kiss your dog on the nose because he wouldn't eat." Okay, sorry.
So cute.
Sorry. He's 10 years old. He'll
Right.
be 11 in May, and he's just this old grumpy man. But he has to have his kisses before he eats his dinner.
That's awesome.
that's so cool.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I so like I had a Yorkie. He died of had like a blood issue. And it's funny because like my ex-mother-in-law bred like papered Yorkies, like really high-end Yorkies, and my Yorkie was like a black and tan, so it was like the kind of desirable show breed dog. But the problem with Yorkies is they are a scatterbrained breed, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, all of the books are like, hey, this is a really hard breed to train. This is a hard breed to work with. You know, usually when you see like a show quality dog, it's like the best of the best that breeder has to offer. And they're mainly breeding for like obedience and stuff like that. Eddie was the coolest fucking dog. He was so smart. And I knew that he was different than all of the, you know, pups that came from his litter or any of the other dogs that she had bred over the years. Because there was one day where like I gave each of the dogs a treat, and Eddie didn't like to eat his fucking treat on the fucking spot. So he goes to this hamper that was like one of those like cloth hampers with like the little metal spiral thing that just like they automatically pop open, you know?
Yeah.
Well, there was like a towel in the bottom of it. So it was like just enough weight to hold it standing upright, you know. He goes over to this motherfucker and he pulls the side down and he puts his fucking treat inside of it and then lets the fucking side pop back up. And then you could see him just kind of turn and he's like, and then just walks away while all the other dogs are sitting there looking at it, and they just start walking around in circles around this hamper. They're like, how the fuck did he do that? What the fuck was that? And I was like, that's my dog. That's the one I want right there. That's the one that's coming with me.
He's stashing
Yeah.
treats.
Yeah. And I feel like, so like I had that, and I had a miniature pinscher that when I joined the army, my mom started taking care of. And my mom is not an animal person, and fucking put him down. Like, yeah, it was rough, man, but she didn't know what she was doing. And it's sad all around. But his name was Angus, and it was fun. But those are the two small dog breeds that I've had. I'm a Saint Bernard.
I need a big dog.
Yeah. Saint
I
Bernard,
don't
Great
like little
Dane.
dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, that's the thing is like I'm fully aware of the fact that historically for me, my dogs have been small and they're just more hyper and more.
Yeah.
I mean, the Chihuahua was awesome, but still, like, man, vicious.
Yeah.
You know, like
They're real cool to their owner.
My ex had a Chihuahua mix, and that dog was pure evil.
you know, like you know how like what do you call it? Like, you ever seen the meme where it's like the cat's like looking at somebody's feet under the blanket or whatever,
Yeah.
and it's like talking like there's like the devil or whatever, like evil or something, like the toes. So like, take your hand like under a blanket and like, you know, like the claw thing, and that chihuahua, like if it saw anything popping up out of a blanket or anything, it would be like so like, you know, like, oh my god, like that dog, like literally, like I've never seen a dog so vish. You know what I mean? Like, try to like play with it.
Spicy little fuckers.
Yeah. They gotta make up for their size.
Yeah. It's crazy to see a little chihuahua like back down a massive dog too. Like
they think they're bigger than what they are.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, total size complex. Yeah.
And then there's such bitches when they finally do get beat up. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's like, oh, shut the fuck up, man. You started that shit.
Yeah.
So I did not name our chihuahua, but I mean, it's like the worst name. Go ahead and just guess. Take one shot at what this little long-haired apple-head chihuahua. By the way, she got the dog right before we started dating. So I inherited the dog. You know what I mean? Like, just take a guess. Just come on. Like, the most like cringe name for a long-haired applehead chihuahua.
I don't know. I feel like it has to be like a Mimi or like a fucking
no, it's so bad.
Princess
Tinkerbell.
Get out of here, Tink.
That's what I always called her. Like, always called her Tink. So remember why I says like it was the smallest cat I've ever owned. So this dog, like, if you took this dog outside, it would walk about 50 feet and then it would just stop. It would just stop. And you look back and the dog's like, nah, bro, you got me fucked up. like, are you sweating already, Tinkerbell? Are you sweating already? There's no walking this dog.
Right.
I mean, like, you
dog stops and looks at you, like, this is outside.
Like,
I'm an inside dog.
Yeah.
I'm not moving. In a purse. Pick me up. I'm not moving. We're gonna keep walking. But
well, I mean, you're gonna keep walking.
You're gonna carry me. And like when it's
like
cold out,
chihuahua thing to do.
Yeah, such little shit.
Yeah. And if it's cold, if it's even like remotely cold outside, it's like, nah, dude. Like you seen that video of the ducks? It's like wintertime. All the ducks come out and they're all excited, and they get like 3 feet, and
they
like,
turn back around.
Yeah. So
yeah.
have you ever heard of a potty pad?
Yeah.
This chihuahua it never needed to go outside. We just used potty pads.
Right.
And it never fucked up. It was always peed, you know, little fucking peeing like that much, you know, and little bitty little turds. Like, yeah. It was so easy.
Right.
Like I said, it's the smallest cat I've ever had. But I always wanted, what do they call them? The big yellow pups. Full House dog.
A golden retriever.
Golden retriever.
Oh yeah.
And then
class.
I got friends with with that breed. And then after that, I was like, yeah, dude, I'm fucking good. Don't want that dog. Yeah, like, hell no. Like, they are biters.
Yeah.
Like,
well, and they're ridiculously smart. And they have this reputation of being a good family dog. And it's like, dude, if you don't work a retriever, they're gonna work. It's just gonna be working in ways that you don't like.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's not like they would bite me. They would bite everybody. Like, it's different. You know, it's not like that family they were mean. No way, it wasn't like that. They're just natural biters. like
Yeah.
when they play and stuff. Like the Jack Russell wasn't biting people to be mean. It was biting people playfully, you
Right.
know, kind of like how cats do it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you're playing with a cat and they'll be like, meow, you know, like
Right.
just playing around. Like if you're like, I'm gonna get your tummy. That's like, no, you aren't. No, you aren't.
No, you were not.
Just a little bite, like, don't you do it. You know, that kind of bite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, that breed, that specific breed, that the fucking golden retrievers, that's like part of their like thing, you know. And then for sure, like if they don't know you and you be walking up on them, they'll be
Oh, yeah.
biting. They'll be
Mhm.
biting.
They're fucking long dogs too, dude. They're so long in size. Like I
Yeah.
just was a weird.
Yeah, like I'm sure if you ever cut the hair off of one, like give the old shave and be
Yeah.
like, oh my god,
Yeah. That's a lot of torso there, boy.
Man, the two cats that I have, they're I think they're Savannah is what the name of that breed cat is. So they're like half Savannah, half something else. And like both of my cats weigh over 10 fucking pounds. They're huge, like monstrous cats.
Right.
Like
Big
man,
old kitties.
yeah, like they're like especially the white one. It's like a mid-sized dog. So big, like such a
Like
big
I have to
cat.
tell the story about how Bonnie got her name. So Lisa and I were in the garage, and I was like, "Man, I'd really need a barn cat because I'm starting to see mice and shit like that." And as we're having this conversation, we're standing in my shop, and we hear, "Ow." Like, I look over to her, and I'm like, "Did that just fucking happen?" She's like, "I think so." Open the door, and within 10 minutes, she was inside getting pet and all the shit, feeding her tuna, doing the whole shebang and all the stuff. So we take her to the vet. It's like, fuck, we're keeping this goddamn cat. Let's go get her, you know, all of her vaccinations and all the things, whatever.
So
And
the cat just showed up one day?
yeah, well,
It was like I heard you needed a cat.
That's a real cat. That's a real cat.
Yeah.
This is my home now.
fucking Mary Poppins
I'm
of
moving in.
cats.
like looking for the right, like, yeah, that's the spot right there. That's where I'm moving.
Yeah. So we take her to the vet, and you know, they were like, "Hey, you know, the cat's obviously underfed." I also have to say, it's really tragic. I live on the highway, and it happens a lot where, like, at least once, maybe twice a year, I'll look out my front window and see like a cat carrier that's just broken up on the side of the highway. And then all of a sudden there's just a new cat running around between me and my neighbors' houses and stuff. And it's sad. It's where, you know, families are not taking care of their pets, and they're just taking them out to where I live and being like, someone else's problem now. Oh, you live in farm country. You know how to handle animals. And it's like, that's not how this works, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so it's really sad. Bonnie has been the only animal that's been dumped out there like that has been cool enough to keep around. Some of the dogs are scary, you know, because they're coming from bad households. Some of the cats are scary because they're coming from like survival situations, and they're just like very mean cats, you know, feral almost. So we take Bonnie to the vet, and the vet's like, you know, running her hands over her tummy, and it's just like, well, you know, you know, this cat's obviously emaciated, so on and so forth, but just so you know, this cat's pregnant. We're like, ah, fuck, you know, like, of course, this is exactly how this shit fucking works. And so, you know, about 2 months goes by, and there's no kittens. She gets fat, you know, and no kittens. A couple more weeks goes by, no kittens. And one day I'm standing out in the shop with my brother, and I light a cigarette, and my brother goes, "Your cat has a dick." And I turn around and look, and sure enough, my cat has a fucking dick. Bonnie is a dude and was so emaciated that her balls couldn't drop. And the vet was feeling her testicles inside of her body and thought it was kittens. So, like, yeah, it was like she was that emaciated when she showed up at the house.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, it's weird. So, yeah, I ended up with like a transgender cat, and she's the coolest, man. I'm telling you, she's a cool cat. I'm not a cat guy, and I like Bonnie, you know, like, But yeah, man, that's a story about how Bonnie ended up in my house. Like I said, everybody at my house just showed up and never fucking left. And we're all kind of fucked.
Man, like when I first moved out here like 5 years ago, this was like at one point I sat outside. I was sitting on my front porch and I counted, and there was just sitting on the front porch in my sight from left to right, I could count over 30 rabbits.
Oh, geez.
How many rabbits? This was rabbit country,
Yeah.
and it was cat country.
Yeah.
There was, I don't know, at least 7 or 8 cats I'd see running around. And boy, oh boy, if you have a cat or a rabbit problem, all you need is, it was either last year or 2 years ago, foxes.
Yeah.
Dude, no more rabbits, no more stray cats. They're all gone.
And you just see this one little red thing go.
Yeah. And you hear them at night, like out here, like you it's random, but you'll be out here and you just hear what sounds like
a woman being brutalized in the woods.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. Have you ever heard of a fox like go crazy? They're terrifying. It's like, what the fuck is that? That's a ghost. That's what that is.
Remember when I think it was you and I were out here playing basketball, and we literally sat there and listened to the murder of some poor animal.
Yeah.
It was
bad.
Yeah.
It was real bad.
like, oh my
It
god.
was bad enough we didn't want to go see what it was.
Yeah.
It was
It was kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like the screaming.
Yeah.
Oh my, the screaming was just,
Like you could tell that this animal was like screaming its death throws
Oh, jeez.
and hitting something. Whatever had a hold of it was smacking it against something. So it's like, ah, ah, ah. And it's like, oh my God, what the fuck is happening? It sounded like it sounded like a woman being brutalized in the woods. I don't know how else to describe it.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. But there were no words. It was just deathly screams.
you remember that crazy fucking hawk that was sitting across the street?
Oh yeah.
There's a fucking hawk that was 2 feet tall,
Oh,
just hanging out. And like, we were like, I was like, all right, is everybody good? Like, I'm going to go take a picture of it. That motherfucker let me walk, I was 10 feet away from it, just standing there. And I was like, holy
He wasn't
shit.
scared of shit.
Yeah, he was sitting there. He's like, I'll fuck you up. And I'm like, this is cool.
Good story, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like ready. We have bald eagles here too.
Oh yes, we do. Yeah, yeah. Like
Quite a few
they
of them.
just fly by.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Fucking America.
America.
The other day, we were not the other day, but a few months ago, we had red lighter practice, and Nick and I both saw it because we were sitting on the edge of Anthony's front porch, and one just like flew right by. I was like, we were both at the same time like, American Eagle. Hell yeah, red, white, and blue. I'm like, holy shit. And we both like at the same time like ran up the porch so we could watch it somewhere because it was so close.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever seen those things up close. I mean, it wasn't flying very high.
Right.
Within the range of like 10 or 15 feet above the house. So it's like, right, dude, they're so big. It was almost like I might as well have seen a dragon,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they're so big, man. If you ever have an encounter with an eagle, I assure you are going to be scared. Like their claws are so big, they could like just one claw just grab you by the fucking head and drag you. Like, I'm gonna show you what America's about. Like, I'm gonna take you out to the street, motherfucker.
That's officially the bird of America now. Joe Biden did that. He did. He made it our national bird.
No, he did
Yes,
not.
he did. Google the shit. He did. Joe Biden did that. He made it our national bird. The American bald eagle is now our national bird. Thanks, Joe Biden.
Thanks.
Of all of the things that he could do right now, we now we now formally accept the
I always
American
just
bald
thought that
eagle.
was the thing.
Yeah, it is. Like it is. It's like that's what I'm saying. It's redundant. It's like, dude,
That's what I thought too. I was like, wait a minute.
yeah, it's redundant. Look it up. I'm serious. Google it. It's Joe
He's
Biden.
like, I gotta make sure.
Yeah, Joe-
Gotta make sure
Look it up.
this is set in
Yeah.
stone.
When I saw it, I was like, I just said the exact same thing. I was like, wasn't that already a thing?
Yeah. But that was already our bird.
Yeah. We already claimed that back in the day. Like, it was a toss up between the turkey and the eagle, and we were like, we ain't no fucking turkey.
No turkey.
Ain't no jive turkey.
Hold on.
That's crazy, right?
This is like very recent too.
I know. I told you, dude. It happened within the last like month.
I don't understand.
Mandela effect, bro.
Yeah.
Just tying everything together.
Why did he have to sign a bill?
Why couldn't we just all agree that American fucking eagles or American bald eagles are badass?
Yeah.
And just be like, yeah, that's our
Yeah,
bird.
that's our
That
bird.
represents us.
We all agree.
Like during the pandemic, we're all trying to find something to do,
Yeah.
right? So I have cameras that are not being used. So what I started doing, I mean, it's not like I set out to like, I'm just gonna do this. No, like I fucking bought 3 different bird whatever feeders.
Yeah.
And I had 2 in the backyard, and I had 1 in the front, and then I had 2 hummingbird ones. And it was great until they found out that all the bird feed had been poisoned somehow and was killing birds. You guys remember that? Like birds were dying. So like it was all fun, until they made that illegal.
Right.
But I don't even know. Like I spent too much money on bird feed. But it got to the point where I was like, man, I'm gonna start, because it was insane the amount of like different birds I was seeing, to the point where I was like Googling them, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna start documenting this. And I still have like photos of all these different birds, and I knew that I was there. I was like, to the point where I'm like, I think every fucking bird that exists in the state of Indiana has been in my fucking yard. So I start, like actually like tracking it. And I knew I was there, that I was getting close. I had every form of woodpecker, like,
oh, hell yeah,
in my yard I've ever in the state of Indiana.
Oh, shit.
And there's only one bird, one of all the birds that has not been on my property. And that, by the way, includes the fucking eagle, includes the fucking hawk, all the fucking woodpeckers. One. And boy, I cannot tell you how fucking pissed I was when I started working at Stanley, because yellow canaries were constantly at my fucking work, but couldn't get one at my house. Like, God damn it. But, the yellow and black one, canary,
right,
but not the yellow fucking canary.
Right.
And to this day, like, only one time have I ever seen one even remotely close to this property. But that's the thing, is like, this is on the edge of nowhere.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like, because we're right on 32.
yeah,
And once you go past 32, it's just cornfields.
all the way to Fort Wayne.
Yeah. Nothing but cornfields. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Man, but dude, like, it's wild, like the wild animals you see out here.
yeah.
Like Lapellians, like
You can always tell a good breed of Lapellian by the golf cart that they drive.
Yeah, exactly. But we were joking, like, of course Derek and I do the podcast here out of Lapel, because we're like the only 2 people that are hated. Like, we're the 2 most hated people in Lapel, Indiana.
It's a thing.
So of course we're gonna do a podcast.
yeah,
I'm just joking, because it's like, we're not like everybody else. You know what I mean? Like, we,
yeah.
we're just not.
I feel like walking around this little town, people get shocked. My favorite experience was Jack Hollow We had him on for the podcast, and we walked to the gas station, and he was in full Bone Daddy paint.
shit.
So he literally walked in looking like a fucking like a Columbine shooter, you know. And they were just like, you know, staring at him like, what's this guy gonna do? And he's just like he's such a sweet dude,
such a
you
nice
know,
dude,
like he's
yeah.
such a good guy. And like it's just funny watching everybody squirm. And you know, then you had the one lady that was like, whatever floats your boat, and it's like, we can tell that you're offended right now. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
He's cool. It's gonna be all
They're-
right.
Yeah, they're definitely not used to the rock and roll kids out
Yeah.
here, you know, like you know, I always get it always feel even though I lived here for 5 years, every time I go to Gecko, it's just like everybody's just like, what are you doing here? You know, where's your boots? Well, why aren't you wearing, you know,
Where's
or
your
like,
belt buckle?
like I swear, like I like every time I wear my Carhartt sock hat, it's just like people are like looking at me like, scum, fucking scum, get out of our town, get out of our town. Pendleton's the same way, man.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like, I don't know, man. I like it out here because it's quiet, but
Yeah.
you could tell like it's not. We aren't the same. You know,
I like the fact that I can be loud. You know, I got a good spot out there where I can just be loud at like just about any time of the day. I go out there at 3:00 in the morning, crank up the 100-watt Marshall and record tracks if I want, you know.
yeah.
That's a good thing.
Dude, like if I ever, like a lot of people, especially in the city, if you need the police, like immediately, you need to call 911. Here, just walk over to my snare, hit that fucker once, and boom,
Yeah.
cop cars, they're flying in the driveway, guns fucking pulled, like, who's playing fucking rock and roll in our town?
It's a real footloose thing around here. No fun for you.
Yeah. No need to call 911 here. Just hit a snare one time and they're
That's
fucking
true.
flying, dude. Like, did I just hear a Marshall? I just heard a Marshall amp. We better get over there.
Yeah.
Like,
That's just fucking crazy.
yeah.
Hell yeah. What can we expect at this show?
Yeah.
Yeah, is it gonna be all new stuff, or are we gonna hear some of the hits? What's the plan?
So we're playing most of the album. There's one song that's acoustic, so we ain't playing that one.
Right now.
And then we're bringing an old one back.
Okay. Hell yeah. That's exciting. I'm
Hell yeah.
stoked to hear all of it. Like, haven't got to see Lawn Dart Massacre yet. Gonna get to see that. I've been wanting to see all of Dylan Salazar's everything with that motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's doing all the things. and
He's
it's like,
doing all the things.
yeah. So I'm like, I'm just trying to catch up, you know.
I got a plan. I'm gonna like right. I'm gonna watch your set list, right? I'm gonna in the sentence that's like during your last song. I'm just gonna go. Oh yeah, I forgot. Hold on. And I'm just gonna stand at the front of the stage and hold up my guitar and go, one more song.
Hell yeah. And then she's gonna play Good Riddance.
Yeah.
Skig, fuck.
Well, I wrote the acoustic song because I was like, I want to write something different. And then my bass player, he told me he could play piano. And I was like, well, there's never been a misunderstood song with piano. So guess what we're fucking doing?
Hell yeah.
We're making some sappy love sad
Fuck
song.
yeah. Hell yeah. I love that shit. We're gonna get weird up in this
We're weird.
motherfucker.
It's fucking weird because
Hell
the rest of the songs are like, fuck you. Lyn-Z Riot style. And then you got this song. that's like,
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
I think
Yeah.
I listened to
I
too
love a
much
good-
Tegan and Sarah when I wrote that or
Right,
something.
yeah. That's hilarious. I love that when a band throws a curveball like that. It's
Yeah.
like that because it shows a whole different dimension.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's great. I
And we
fucking love that.
wrote a song. It's literally 15 seconds
Hell yeah.
about our friend Heather from the board of directors because she was crying one day because she forgot her Doc Martens. So the song's called Shoe Emergency. It's about Heather.
Hell yeah.
Literally 15 seconds.
Hell yeah.
It's the last track of the album.
Oh, yeah.
And she didn't fucking believe that we were going to record it. We did.
Nice.
We did it as a joke on Halloween. One of our Halloween shows. They played and my bass player kind of wrote it, and then we talked Dylan because Dylan actually played drums with us that night, and we're like, okay, it just goes this way, and then like we didn't tell her, and we had these shirts that said Doc Martens. My bass player like painted them on, and then he X'd it out like the Ghostbuster thing. And then she was like trying to read our shirts while we were playing the song, and Alex had to be like, "It says Doc Martens, Heather," and she's like, "Fuck." And so then she's like, "Fuck you guys." And so then we're like, "We're gonna record it and put it on the album." She's like, "No, you're not." We did. We did.
Don't fucking no balls us. Hell yeah,
awesome.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
So how much are you selling the album for on Saturday?
$10.
$10 holla.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Keeping it real. I fucking love that, man. I feel like we're in the midst of another one of those shifts where like t-shirts are about to go up in price again.
See, I ordered some merch, but I don't know if it'll be here in time.
Mhm.
With the holidays, my shirt guy didn't get our shirts, so we're hoping he'll have them done by Friday when we play Cincinnati because he lives in Cincinnati.
Right.
Gotta pick him up in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
If so, we're doing t-shirts and a CD for only $15.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That's a fucking deal.
That's a hell of a
That's a,
deal.
that's a
And
fucking
the
deal.
t-shirts will have the album.
Oh hell yeah.
cover.
Yeah.
I'm only
Fuck
doing
yeah.
a small run of them just for the album.
That's awesome. Hell
I mean,
yeah. That's a hell of a
if
deal.
he's got
People do that.
some of them done, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of hoping because he's my dude. I've been using him for like fucking like 7 years now. So I messaged him. I'm like, dude, we have a CD release. Can I like come get him? And he's like, I'm waiting on the shirts to come in. And I'm like,
That's a rough
damn.
one.
I was like, well, can you at least get them done for tour?
Right, yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, that's the thing, man, is like t-shirts are what's paying gas money right now.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of guarantee money in the venues, but there is guarantee money in the shirts
merch,
and in the CD and stuff like that. And then not only that, but like to throw together a deal like that, I hope you get the shirts. That way you can do it, man.
Yeah,
That's a hell of that's a lot of value to pack in for a small independent artist to swallow up.
And this is the first. Well, this is our second full length. We've had plenty of EPs.
Right.
But this is our second full length, and it's the only one that I actually got legit printed. I used to DIY that shit.
Hell yeah.
I was always too poor. I'm like, I'm gonna not spend like $200 or just fucking DIY that shit.
Right.
And like I used to burn the CDs myself.
Hell
and now I'm
yeah.
like, Lyn-Z, you're 33 years old. You at least need to fucking be professional.
Grow up a little. Come on. Hey, man, I feel you, man. I feel you. We did the same thing, and now I'm kind of like, because Jason came on board and he's like, I'll handle merch, and he's just been handling merch.
Yeah.
And that's like this is the first time I've ever been in a band where I didn't have to worry about that shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, fuck, now I guess I'll just sit back and twiddle my thumbs.
Yeah. I have to worry about all of it. So then I'm like, God.
Right. You got some good people though, being able to
Hell
hit them
yeah.
up and be like, we need t-shirts, make it
Yeah, no,
happen.
my
They're like,
guy's good.
yes.
It's a dude in Cincinnati. His Facebook is Sweet Patches. And I've
Right
been
on.
using him for 7 years, and he runs a deal where you can get more, but I only do like a small run at a time. But it's 20 shirts, 20 patches, and 20 buttons, and I'm picking them up, so no shipping, but it's only $140.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's a killer
Look,
deal.
I feel
Yeah.
like that's that is such a genius move for someone that does like merch apparel for bands and stuff,
Yeah.
because like that's a starter pack,
Yeah.
or like a booster pack for a band. Like if you're touring, that's like a perfect booster
Yeah.
pack. Or if you're a band and you don't know what to order, like that's a perfect starter
I
pack.
need,
Yeah.
you know?
yeah. What's that? What's that again? Yeah,
Sweet Patches.
Sweet on Facebook.
Yep.
Hell
Sweet
yeah.
Patches. Just tell him I sent you.
Where's my note?
Yeah, he does a few people, but like I just been using him because he's so cheap.
Yeah.
And the shirts, literally, I wear misunderstood shirts to like bed and just like
Right.
to work and shit. And the print is just still on there. Like I have
Hell yeah.
one that's like 7 years old, and the print's great.
Yeah.
Like
Man.
That's
they don't
awesome.
they don't chip or
Hell
nothing
yeah.
like that.
Well, Red Lighters is like we have money. We've been saving up. So
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's time.
yeah. Tell him I sent you because
Yeah.
like he does great work,
Like we have a show
and
coming
he'll
up.
ship it. When he ships it to my house, it's like an extra like $15 or whatever.
Yeah.
But still, 20 patches, 20
Yeah.
buttons, and 20 t-shirts for $155, $160.
Yeah.
That's like
That's a
dirt
good
cheap.
deal. That's a
Yeah.
really good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I can't wait to like text
And you're
this
supporting-
information over so we can get
Yeah.
it going.
Yeah.
Well, and because like, and then you're also supporting someone that's kind of in the same position that we're in, that's just making their own shit and doing their own
Yeah.
thing, carving their own way. I'd much
Yeah.
rather support that than do like the fucking, who was that? Spring Teespring? Is that it? It's like the fucking, Man, that like I don't like not being able to see the shit, you know, like the
Yeah.
whole print to ship thing. Like, we're lucky because we got some good merch in our print to ship stuff, but like I ordered everything to make sure and canceled a few products, you know. Now it's like, all right, cool. I want to get flags. I want to
That'd
have
be dope.
flags just to be able to be like,
I ordered one misunderstood hoodie, and I'm the only one that has
Hell
it.
yeah.
But I ordered it in the last batch, and I was
Nice.
like, well, if anybody wants one, I guess I can order them. But it was
Hell
just for me.
Right? No shame.
Yeah.
You needed a hoodie
Yeah.
and you wanted it to have your band name
Yeah.
on it.
Nice hoodie.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I want to make sure I put this in the thing before we close it down.
Yeah, for sure.
Copy link.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. Like
That's
I said, I've
awesome.
been using him for years.
Yeah, good shouting out too. Like I said, that's one of those things that really helps bands out.
In Richmond, there's another company called Black Dog Printing.
Really?
Those guys are really good. But
My
Right.
bad.
You just confused the shit out of me.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'm like on the feed. Yeah, there we go. I just want to make sure I put the event on there.
Yeah.
Should pop
yeah.
up. Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the only Indianapolis show right now that Misunderstood has booked.
That's crazy.
We've got like 30 shows booked, but it's the only Indianapolis one right now.
Right. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing how you guys' next little tour jaunt's gonna be, because I feel like it's gonna the album release, you got all your merch rolling into line, and it sounds like you guys are just ready to hit it, like hit it hard. And
We're going on tour with Prison City Brigade from Joliet,
oh,
Illinois.
hell yeah.
We're actually borrowing their drummer though for the main tour.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
How many hats can you wear, drummer?
He's cool with it. He's cool
That's
with
awesome.
It. He played with me. We played a punk festival in Bloomington, Illinois in October, and it was like a last minute thing, and I was like, oh fuck, I don't know what drummer I could. And then my buddy Eddie from Prison, he's like, why don't you ask Possum? And I'm like, okay.
Right.
And it actually went over well.
Hell
the guy
yeah.
didn't even really know our songs, but I was just like, can you do this?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
It's fun just walking into it blind. Like,
Yeah.
can you count to 4?
Right.
You got us.
Yeah. Do it a little faster.
Yeah.
A little faster.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And he already knows the cover song we usually
Hell
play.
yeah.
Nice.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
We only like play one cover song.
Right.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. And hang on to that shark movie. Don't forget it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's awkward
I
case.
think
Yeah.
I left the other one the last time, and I'm making sure I'm taking that one home.
Oh yeah, I remember because like I was like, I came back into the garage and then I saw it. I was like, oh no! And I like ran outside. I was like, no!
I'm making sure I'm bringing my Shrek home.
Oh, yeah. So this Saturday, head on out to Healer. Healer's located, by the way, at Sherman and Raymond,
Mhm.
right behind that McDonald's and AutoZone there. It's going down. The Untold Story of an Underdog album release show featuring Misunderstood, Lyn-Z's band, Derek's band, The Come-Alongs, Lawn Dart Massacre, and Dylan Salazar Project. It's a $10 holla. Doors at 7, shows at 8. All ages. Party.
Woo-hoo.
Hell yeah. So, yeah. Anything else you want to drop before we close it out?
I think we're good.
Hell
I
yeah.
knew this was going to be a fun show.
Yeah,
man.
it's
I
gonna be
really had a
great.
good
Fuck
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, more than likely next week, we'll see.
Yeah.
Like, if
Gotta
first
play this one by ear.
Like-
Might be cold.
maybe the aliens will like
Right.
dip down and be like, no, we're not doing this polar fucking storm. No, it's not happening. And then it won't be fucking negative something degrees, but
Hell yeah.
there's no way we're gonna be able to fucking,
Yeah.
the way it's looking, probably not gonna do the podcast next week, but we'll see. We'll see. So
If
But-
it can be done, we will do it.
absolutely. It's just there's only so much you could do to fight that kind of cold. So
Yeah.
we'll see. But everybody be safe out there. It's gonna get real. When's the snow coming?
I think it's going to start on the 5th, right? So I feel like it's coming in like right after the show. I feel like we're going to be driving home through the shit.
Thank God that we already played the show.
Yeah, like that would be dope. Yeah, man, could you imagine though, like leaving the show like Saturday night and it's just like starts coming down, like oh fuck. Yeah. Get your groceries, guys. All right, y'all. Thank you again. And thanks to everybody that tuned in. We'll see you Saturday at Gila. And here's a word from our sponsor, the Button Guy.
Hold on. Just let it run. Down south, oh, my girl left town, and I got dumped. My best friend drowned, and I got jumped last night. My heart says crime, my mind says murder, my throat says dry, my gut says bugger, my mind says why, but I never heard it right. I got a spring in my step, a fall on my face, and the winter won't slip. A real bad taste in the corner of my mouth, 'cause I just can't fly down. But I can't listen to the voice of reason no more. I just love the season. Summer's back in town, can't slow down. And I can't help feeling I'm on the run, and you got the wheel and I got the gun, and this car is sealed and I'm gonna have fun tonight. I got an old black Ford and a black leather jacket, a floorboard boat, the man ain't snagging. Hang on, Lord, 'cause I'm gonna wreck it tonight. I'm in a real good boy.
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to fucking kill me!
You think you're weird? I think you're dumb.